Tube talk.
Tube talk.
We are having a current debate about whether you can have a favourite pet if you have two pets, like
you can
two
have a
cats.
favourite pet.
So you can't. Sophie's saying you can. I think it's just cruel and wrong. It's like saying you have a favourite child. Anyway, we should talk about racing, shouldn't we?
You're about to lose your best employee. Okay, so last week we had Campari and Mark II who trialled on Tuesday and are heading to Australia.
Yes, we did. We have no horse to talk about last week because we had no runners. But yes, so we want to talk about them. It's interesting. Campari and Mark II both trialled, both good horses. Campari won a trial very easily. Mark II potted around and does what she does at trials and sort of finished with a 1 or 2 behind her. But they're both in unique positions. So Campari has had 4 starts. She has 3rd on debut on a heavy track, 2nd to some stretch run where a Group 2 winner after having a really hard run, 2nd to Te Akau Shark after having a very hard run, and 3rd in the Soliloquy Stakes, a listed race. Just beaten by Dijon Bleu, filly of the year, and she was finishing hard. And so she's still a maidener. Mark II is very similar. 4 starts, 5th in New Zealand Oaks, 2nd in the Sir Tristram Fillies Classic, also a maidener. So we're putting them on a plane and we'll take them to Australia because we can run them from day one in maidens, which are worth 38,000 New Zealand dollars. So we can run them that and we can work them through the grades there, through the spring, and earn a bit of money on the way through. So, and I think a lot of people get caught in the trap of saying, well, let's take our horse to Australia when it's a group horse. But by that stage, you're taking it over and you're racing against the best. So, for the same money. So, we're looking at doing things a little bit differently, and it's an exciting venture. And hopefully a very rewarding one for the syndicates. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to tell people about that and the new strategy which we'll look to employ for other horses.
Awesome. And this week we have got 4 runners, all with bad draws. And
no, there's one with not too bad.
3 with bad draws.
3 with bad draws.
Correction. And
I'm a bad drawer. I can't draw to save my life.
Me either. I dropped art in year 10. It just wasn't my calling.
Yeah. Kate's good draw.
She is. She can have the family's drawing talent.
Right, let's talk horses.
Apologies. We will start off on Saturday at Whangarei. Race 2, we have got Hasbro.
In great form, 2nd and 4th in his first 2 runs this time in. We are targeting the VRC Derby for him. 1,400 metres on Saturday against his own age group. A terrible barrier draw of 14. Might come into 12. Sam's put on board. He'll be ridden cold. And while it's very, very hard to come from the back at Ruakaka, we want to see him hitting the line very, very strong to know we're on target. And if he does that, then he may get on a plane for Australia for his next run, which will be at a mile. And if we have any little niggling doubts, say he doesn't get clear running in the race or something like that happens and we're not sure, he'll have another run New Zealand first. But he's going really well. We're very, very happy with him. We have no doubts about him, so don't get me wrong in that way. It's just if he doesn't get a clear run coming from the back. So he's going well. Gallop good this week. Mm-hmm.
And in Martin on Saturday, in race 4, we have got Rock Island Line. We've actually got 2 runners in this race, we should mention. But
no, we don't.
No, we don't. I have just not got full information for the next horse. I apologise. Back to Rock Island Line.
Another bad draw. 9 of 10. Last start winner at Riccarton. Gave him a little freshen up. So he went 1,400 last start. And while we think he's really a 1,400 metre miler and could possibly go further, it's 1,300 on Saturday. 1,300 on Saturday. Improving track. Might get back to about a slow 8 or so, which should suit him. Wide barrier draw, he'll probably go back in the field, and the problem at Alpuni is the straight now is short after it was reconfigured. So if you're not handy, it's hard to win. So we'll have to look to ride him for a bit of luck, I think, and come through the middle of him. But we're happy with how he's going. Draw is a concern. Jacob Lowry, who's ridden before, rides. Very happy to have Jacob on.
Mm-hmm. You might have filmed some gaps in this one because I've got race 8, Ramarama.
That's right, race 8, Ramarama.
Saturday. Oh, I apologise. Before I said same race, I just meant same place,
same place,
day, same meeting,
same back time. Rama. He needs one scratching to make the field, Sophie. But we should get it. We should get it. Chance we will. He's drawn poorly, but he's just kicking off. So over 1,400 metres. So he will get back. And again, very hard to win at Awapuni from back in the field. But it is his first run back, so we don't want to be hunting him forward and having him have a very hard race. We'd rather we rode him back. Rode him through the field. We know he can finish off very, very well, and having him finishing off and hopefully bombing them late, and if not, well set up for his next start. Jacob Larry also rides.
And finally, in Sydney, in race 8, we've got Elward running.
So Elward, an excellent third fresh up in the listed Rowley mile, steps up to 2,000 metres, which statistics say is his best distance. It's a Group 3, the Kingston Town Stakes. He's got a nice draw of barrier 6. James McDonald at this stage is on board. James McDonald actually booked himself for the Lord Mayor, but the Lord Mayor is on the ballot, so we've grabbed him. If Lord Mayor makes the field, he will have to ride it, as he committed to it. But as long as it doesn't, James will be on. 2,000 metres second up. I guess that's a question mark, simply but not because the 2,000 metres, he loves the distance, but just, I guess, second up a little bit fitness-wise. But he's trialled in between his first and second runs. He's flying in his work. He'll probably be quite good double-figure odds, I think. And if he gets a nice mother run midfield, we know he can finish off. And he's a genuine chance. He's badly off at the weights because it's set weights and penalties, but he's a genuine chance, and we're excited to see him run.
Now we move on to Bet of the Week. Oh,
no, that's just me doing this, and it's going. I don't know.
It's going, Albert, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, last week my Bet of the Week did not win. I remember it had a sick name. We can't remember what the name was. But, like, it was a really cool name. It didn't win, though. Very unfortunate. So Dad's back on Bet of the Week choosing. You're probably all quite thankful for that.
Should I do a drum roll?
You shall.
Bet of the Week is...
Triptonic, running at Whangarei in race 3.
He's fresh up. He had a really good campaign last in the autumn. He ran second in the Japan New Zealand Trophy. He gets in with only 56 kilos, which is a good weight for him. He trialled well at Titeco. And while the 1,200 metres is too short, I think a lot of money will go on Prom Queen. And I think she'll start a short and hot favourite. But just don't know if she's going as well as she was 12 months ago. So she might be a false favourite, and being fresh up, he might be at good odds, and he should close off. I imagine he's going to sit handy. He usually does, probably behind her in the trail, and he could finish off really well fresh up. And I think he might be over the odds. It's only a small field, 5 or 6 runners, but he could be $4. So Tiptronic is our Bet of the Week.
I was going to say Dad's Choice may not have as cool of a name, but Triptonic's a pretty cool name.
Yes.
So I'll give you that one.
It is a good name. It's a cool name.
Rightio. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening in.
Thank you, Sophie, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Followed then by Diggy, Flyer and Drawn. But the two great New Zealanders have come away on the turn. Our Waverley Star, a half-length Bone Crusher. The Big Red won't give in. Drought running on. Bone Crusher responds to the whip. The roars of the crowd. He races up to our Waverley Star.